Hey, love buds. Welcome back to the Snowbound Rose. This is the channel where a woman who has lived a life that she would not wish on her enemies is dusting herself off, calling all her fellow underdogs, and saying it's time for us to fight. Fight for yourself like you've never been fought for before. All of those who never had the protection, all of those that live in fear, guilt, shame, blame, whatever you got going on, it's time to dust yourself off and stand up and fight, especially for those who cannot speak for themselves, which brings me to today's episode. Forgive my coffee drinking. But anyway, trigger warning, this is a touchy subject about childhood trauma, so if you don't want to watch it, I understand that. But it's something I feel like I need to say. Because of the fact that this certain situation has invited itself to me multiple times in the past, I don't know, keeps popping up, so I'm going to say something about it. Anyway, here's the deal. I'm shocked, I'm appalled, I'm stupefied, I'm bewildered at human nature, human culture, or whatever you want to call it today. Okay? Can you believe of all things that could be done, people are trying to normalize child sexual assault? Yes, I said that. That's what I said. I hope I don't get banned. It's a conversation worth having. So let's talk about it, okay? First of all, let's get this junk out the way, because this thing came multiple times. So let me get this out the way first. I feel like all of the adult communities, the pride community, LGBTQ, BDSM, fetish, kink, whatever adult communities there are. Yes, I did just post something not too long ago about not bringing children or labeling children or imposing these things on children. Okay? I already said that. We all know that's the no-no, right? So I feel like all of these communities need to stand up and say, no, not gonna happen. This is not what it is. Let me show you what I found out. Map. We're giving them a special name now to normalize them. We're giving them a flag as if this is something they should celebrate and be. Map. No, I feel like the communities, we don't claim them. Okay? Do not claim them. They should not be protected under an umbrella. And I feel so upset and distraught about this situation. Why? Because people who are within those communities, who are not hurting anyone, have already become targets. Okay? And now we're taking this group of people, criminal people, to shelter them under the umbrella of the pride flag or whatever it is that they're trying. No. Ban these people. These people are not a part of a community. They are not a group of people that should be given any kind of leeway in this life. They are criminals. They should be in jail. They should be in prison. They should be underneath the prison, getting the poop bag treatment from all the other inmates. And even from the crooked cops when they're having a bad day too. I won't be mad at that. But no, that's something we need to stand up against. They do not deserve any kind of leeway or what. So yeah, no on that. No on that. Everyone stand together, say no on that. No on maps. No on maps having a flag. No giving them a pretty name. No giving them a community. I mean, if they want to group together and sit all in one spot, there are couple of people in the world that'll benefit from them doing that. You just help them out, make things easier for them. I'm not one of those people. I kind of, but still, no. They do not, no. First of all, the pride community is already carrying enough with being targeted. And you want people who have valid anger towards this group of people to consider those people pride community. They are not pride community. Don't do that. People who are not hurting people, who are not doing anything against anyone, are already a target. And you're going to take criminals and put it under their umbrella to be, shielded by them? Like, what? No. That's what I said about that one. No. On to the next sad situation underneath this topic of normalizing child SA. Whichever way we're trying to say that in a proper manner so we don't get banned and all this stuff, because this is important, okay? Now, as everyone knows, I recently stood up to my family over a lifelong of abuse, okay? So, of course, every form of abuse that I went through came out because I'm addressing everything, okay? And, of course, it's riling people up. I understand. Some people, they're just so comfortable in their peace that they've built for themselves that don't stir the pot, don't bring the things that are on the bottom back up, but they're still there. So it's a very sad situation that me, myself, when I addressed the topic or brought up the topic of inappropriate assault on children. I don't know what I'm allowed or not allowed to say, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay, the essay on children that was done to me. One of my people who were trying to quiet the situation down, literally, I had to go through this person explaining to me in every detail they can, with every sense that they have out of their 5 senses, to tell me that they remember their own childhood assault, right? So they're telling me all of their senses, the 5 senses. I remember how that was. I remember how it felt. I remember with all the 5 senses. You are a middle-aged person that are still triggered by talking about this, okay? No matter what healing process you say you went through, no matter what medication you say you're on, apparently it's not working because you are at the age you are, and you're literally screaming, crying, shaking on my phone to tell me you remember what happened to you. And the sad part of you telling me that you remember what happened to you was to basically tell me, oh, it didn't just happen to you, just get over it. Like normalizing it. Like it was a rites of passage, like it was me getting my period, that this happened to me. Oh, it happened to me too. I remember how it went. I remember this. You are damaged from those memories. Those memories trigger you, and you're telling the next victim, oh, because we both went through it, or you have your own story, that they should just get over it. You haven't even gotten over it. Apparently the pills, the therapy, the whatever, and you are still in a point where just to talk about it or think about it, you're shaking and you're ready to cry, and you remember with all of your senses every detail of what was done to you. But you're telling the next victim that this happened to you for the sake of normalizing it and telling them, oh, it's just something that happened to all of us, and just let it go. I mean, if you choose to sit on your trauma and not address it, and when these things come up, obviously you haven't addressed it, you haven't healed through it, because those things trigger you when they come up, and you're shaking and you're crying and you're screaming and you're literally in detail, telling the person every description you can in order to back them up and tell them, just get over it. That was a very heartbreaking thing to go through, is to have someone of my own family treat me like, oh, well, we all go through it. Like, it's a rite of passage. Like, that's what you needed to go through to become a person. You can't even say a woman. You was a child. You was nowhere near womanhood. But it brought me to a realization, which I can't even be angry at the people for the damage that they caused me, because they themselves are so damaged. Still damaged, while you're trying to convince me that I'm the damaged one for speaking out and deciding that I deserve to be protected. I deserve to not be living in shame and guilt and fear. Because when I tell my adult that something happened to me, something that a child should not even be able to describe, I was the one that got punished for snitching on an adult. I was so disrespectful. So I learned real quick, don't tell. If anything happens, don't ever tell, because you'll be the one in trouble. Don't speak out about it. And what is all of this is all normalizing. This is the family members that are going through all this to make you shut up about it. And now the world wants to give these people what? A gold medal? They deserve a flag? No. These people are literally trying to normalize child sexual assault. And I really hope they don't ban me for saying what I said, but that's literally what is going on. But I guess I needed to see certain things a certain way to understand. Maybe, I already knew deep down in my heart. It's not like the people, when they get angry and they're trying to control me and they're trying to do all this, they're purposely attacking. They're purposely trying to back me down. They're purposely trying to stab and do these things. But deep down inside, these people are probably more damaged than I am. You're literally crying, shaking. I can hear you on your phone, every detail. And I'm the youngest, so these people are all older than me. Telling me I need to go get help. I need therapy. I need to be on pills. What are the pills going to do? Because the pills didn't do anything for you. You still crying and shaking because the topic of your assault came up, and you just fell all the way back into that world where you can feel and smell and hear, and all your senses are filled with that situation. That's not healing. What? You medicate yourself so you can be numb, while the things that you have problems with project themselves outwards onto other people. Because this person is so controlling. They always in somebody's business. Everybody always getting off the phone like, oh my God, I hope they would leave me alone. They're calling. This is the person that was calling around town trying to get me picked up. So you got to look deeper into everybody's situation, because there's a reason why you're doing all this. Maybe because you feel out of control. You feel like you got to control everybody else's life or whatever. But some way, shape, or form, these people are still damaged. And I cannot afford to continue to let their damage me, as it's been doing my whole life. Where someone would take their assault and describe it to me with such emotion and such pain, to tell me that I should get over my own assault because this is what's normal. Not that they said this is what's normal, but basically that's what you're saying. Oh, it happened to me too. Oh, this. What do you think? I can't remember. It didn't happen to me. What do you think? It didn't happen to... Whether it happened to you, it's wrong. And you're sitting there going off on the victim to try to normalize these assaults, to say they should back off and just let it go. No. No, if that's what's going on this planet, it needs to stop. It needs to change. We are not going to normalize these kinds of assaults on children. But anyway, that's what I had to say. I hope you guys have a good day. I hope that I expressed myself in the best way that I could, because I'm not going to go over this with a fine-tooth comb trying to stop or back up what I said. That's what I said. There should be no, absolutely no, trying to normalize or downplay or anything, any of these situations. That is something to go to war about. If that happens to your child, or if it happened to you, but you're telling the next person they should be okay with it. And we're trying to give these people a community and a group to stand under some shield to say, oh, what next? They gonna start fighting for their rights? Why should they have a flag? Who are they? They're criminals. Oh my gosh. The people are playing music. So I guess I need to finish my thing before I get muted or something. But really, no. We're not going to normalize that. I'm so upset about it. Anyhow, love buds. Please be good to yourselves. And be careful in this world. Because apparently there's no scruples involved. Have a good day. Love you, mean it. Do you love you. Be good to yourself. Serve yourselves and all that good jazz. Mwah.